All right, everyone. So I'm in the car right now as passenger, and I just saw a PBO report. We're passing some gas stations along the route here. So I want to talk about the tax on tax. Okay, folks, so the government taxes the fuel that you need to survive, and then they tax those taxes with the sales tax, okay? So the Parliamentary Budget Officer crunched the numbers just today, and the tax on the tax of the carbon tax, so the GST applied on the carbon tax, is costing taxpayers about $500 million this year, about 500 million smackers. By 2030, the GST on the carbon tax alone will cost taxpayers more than $1 billion annually, okay, folks? Tax on tax is costing Canadians big time, and that's just the tax on tax with the GST on the carbon tax. Of course, there's been some other PBO reports too looking at the carbon tax and the fact that it's costing average families up to $710 this year alone, even after considering the rebate. So, you know, it's kind of interesting because Trudeau and his ministers are at a cabinet retreat in Montreal today trying to think of all the ways they can bring down the cost of living, and they're not even doing the most simplest things, like taking the tax on tax off, okay, folks? So they don't have to spend a bunch of money at this cabinet retreat trying to figure out ways to save you money. They just got to start cutting taxes. And I mean, holy moly, step number one should just be ending the tax on tax and scrapping the carbon tax. So stay tuned, folks. We're going to be talking about more ways of how the taxes are driving up your cost of living. But just remember, today's PBO report shows that the GST on the carbon tax alone is costing you, dear taxpayers of Canada, about $500 million this year and more than $1 billion annually by 2030. Tax on tax is costing you big time.